Good morning, everyone. Good morning. See, that time I remembered to pause. I'm Katie Resendez. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm the Director of Children's Ministry here at UUC Phoenix. I'm going to start with a few little logistical announcements, just because I know that Amy had lots and lots of announcements to say, so we didn't try to flood her with more. If you are interested in joining our home, it is focused on children 5 to 13 and their families, but anyone is welcome to come. The 5 sessions start today, and at the completion, you will have a chalice and an altar cloth and an altar kit for your home, if you attend all the sessions. That's number 1. And to meet up, you'll hear us singing in the patio during coffee hour, okay? And number 2, you all know that we have a Navigators chapter here on campus. Navigator is like scouting and getting into the outdoors, but as a UU. It's pretty amazing. Jez, who's at the back table, has been leading it through the pandemic, and it actually started online. So only their second in-person excursion, they've had one already, the second one will be Sunday, November 20th, and it's a hike after service on our UUCP nature trail. So if you've never had a chance to check out that trail, please, please, please join us. It should be pretty amazing. And I'm going to tell a long story, so I need a longer cord. Not too long, I promise. So it's getting cold here, right? I hope that some of you have turned on your heat. All of you are like, we don't turn it on until it snows. I'm not coming to your house. But it is getting a little bit cold. And that means something really exciting for the Valley of the Sun. It means those big, green, round, leafy trees that have those big, flat leaves, we start to get to see what's hidden under those leaves as they turn orange, because it's almost citrus season. And it's almost time to pick that fruit. And years ago, way back, long before any of us can remember, in about 2006, the space between Tempe and Phoenix, the drive on Baseline, used to be orange groves. Miles, maybe 3 or 4 miles of orange groves. And it was amazing, and it would smell phenomenal. And you would look at these round trees and see the specks of orange, and then there would be tons of orange. And then the trucks would come. And in the mornings, you would see people out there picking. So Josie grew up in a family that did some of that picking. And they would work in the orange groves in South Phoenix. And it was hard work. For those of you who have done that work before, or who have citrus plants in your yard, you know that sometimes there's thorns, the branches are sticky, even the leaves can be prickly. When you work among them and prune those trees and nurse those trees, your hands get cut up. And then sometimes the juice gets on them. And orange juice in a fresh cut hurts a lot. And it's hard work. And Josie watched his parents and his grandparents harvest the fruit, but also remembered all of those days of taking care of sick plants, covering trees with nets so that the bugs wouldn't get from one plant to another and cross-infect each other. Grafting, the careful science of fitting the branches together so that the trees would grow something new and amazing. And then sometimes after that new and amazing grafted hybrid orange was picked, peeling it and being so excited about the smell and how luscious it was and tasting it, and finding out that the experiment had been a total disaster. But there were always bushels and bushels of oranges. One year, Josie sat with his grandren among those bushels, getting ready for the truck to come, waiting to load them up. And Josie said, I see all the hard work you do and everything you do that's so much to make these oranges happen. And their grandson said, in the way that a tired adult will respond to a child. And Josie said, why do you do it? Why do we work so hard? And Josie's grandson just looked at the bushels of oranges. And Josie sat for a minute, picked one up, smelled it, was a little hungry, so they peeled it, ate it, and said, oh, this is delicious. I can taste all of your hard work. All of that suffering was totally worth this delicious fruit. And their grandparents stopped. Didn't respond, but instead went, no, that's not what this is about. The sweetness you taste in that orange is from the sun and the roots and the soil and generations of harvesting and engineering and from our hard work. But that's not how this is. This isn't that we suffer for the sake of sweetness. It's that our work isn't suffering. And Josie was like, but it's hard. And you get hurt. And their grandparents said, no, that's not suffering. That is doing a loving act. When I take care of the trees, when I climb up even at my old age into those lower branches, I am nurturing and I am loving and I am celebrating my work in this world. Josie thought about it for a bit and tried on a few of the cliches. Well, the work is hard, but the orange juice is sweet. Every dark cloud has a silver lining. And their grandma was like, no, you're not getting it. So Josie thought and thought and thought, was trying to figure it out, and realized that the point wasn't the orange juice. The point of all of the work wasn't the end product. It was having a family that worked together. It was having a planet that worked together. It was being able to spend the days among the trees, giving your body to doing something that felt good and that was real and that had honor and dignity in it. Didn't make the oranges taste any sweeter. Wasn't a silver lining in a cloud. It was just the chance to be full and real and know that there's a balance. Those thorns are part of it, as is the smell of orange blossoms. It's a nice story, right? It's okay. It's a lie. We know what the reality of orange harvesters and people working in our groves are. Oftentimes their lives aren't choices. But it would be amazing if they were. And it would be amazing if we didn't have to say to people, well, at least your suffering got me some great orange juice. And instead we could say, I'm so glad you get to work and spend your life and your days and those tears in your skin in something that fulfills you. Because that sweet, that sour, that sharp, that wonderful is all part of it. And we can celebrate it or we can scorn it. Thank you all. Remember, you are so very loved and so very powerful.